What is going on, crypto people? What the world? What's going on with this laptop? Let's do that. Let's brighten it up a little bit. How are you? Happy Friday. Happy Friday to each and every one of you. Holy moly. What an exciting time to be an early adopter in this new asset class that's a digital asset space. Stable coins will replace XRP. What? What? No. No. Yeah, I admit it. I admit it. That was a I don't know. What do they call that? Bait stuff? What do they call it? Bait? I don't even know. Yeah, that's what it was. What? It's a bait something. I don't know. I don't know. But yes, I got some exciting stuff from our guy, Mickey B. Fresh, laying it down, dropping the knowledge about the USDT, stablecoins, XRP. No, 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 not replacing XRP. In fact, stablecoins will enhance the value of the asset that we all love and hold, XRP. We're going to get into that. I'm going to share a video from Mickey B. Fresh. There's a video from Darren Moore. I got our guy, Darren Moore. Look, my go-to spots for the intel, Mickey B. Fresh. I'm talking about that deep dot, Mickey B. Fresh, Darren Moore. Darren Moore laid out a video today. Now, of course, I'm part of his Patreon. Those are my Patreon guys right there. I'm a Patreon guy. I make it be fresh in the DeFi Standard. I'm a Patreon member of Darren Moore, Fame 21, Darren Moore. That's where I go for my stuff because I'm not here to be hoped up. I'm not here just to be hoped up. No, 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 no. I'm not here to just be merely a speculator. No, that is not enough. You got to level up. You got to know what it is that you hold. I go to Mickey B. Fresh and Darren Moore to do that. When I want to level up those are two people, because I'm paying. There's other great deep researchers for sure in this community. I pay Mickey B. Fresh. I pay Darren Moore. I'm going to share a couple of videos from those guys as well. I got to tell you, interesting time for sure. So stables, all this stuff coming on chain is going to benefit the asset that we hold by creating demand for the asset XRP, like I've said for years, for the longest time now. Oh, Coco Crypto, it's been a while. Hey, long time since I was on your channel, Coco Crypto. I remember you from way back, Jan. I appreciate you checking in, my friend. Coco Crypto. How are you? Coco Crypto. Dano was in the building, was first. So we're going to get into this Mickey B. Fresh. Look, the market rebounded. I missed my opportunity to get some Solana like $110, $120. I missed it. I'm not going to get any until we get back to those ranges. And I believe we will get back to those ranges. I don't think we've had that May dip that we typically get. I mean, today's only May 3rd. So I don't think we got that. We've gotten that May dip that we typically get. So we'll see. We're going to talk a little bit. I'm going to give you some gems, some spots I'm looking into, to get there kind of early, fairly early, for sure. Take advantage of what's going on. So we'll hop on DeFi Llama as well to check that out. We're going to go over the numbers, but listen, fam, the market is doing what the freaking market does. It's just ranging. It's just rate. So what? It's back up to 62. It's back up to 62. It's no new all-time highs. We haven't hit 3 trillion. It's just ranging. Just ranging. I can't wait to share with you guys what I'm doing in DeFi. I can't wait to share with you guys. It's super, super awesome because it's about leveling up as opposed to just being hoped up. So I can't wait to share that. We want to be experts by the time some liquidity pools, liquidity pools with volume and 24-hour volume hits. We want to be skilled, a skilled DeFi investor by the time we get Ripple X or Ripple with their incentives and liquidity events. I believe liquidity pools with 3-figure APRs are coming to the XRPL. I believe it. I believe it. I really, really do. And the interesting thing is, I'm wondering, other spots, other places we go, there's smart contract risk. I wonder how much, if any, will be on the XRPL. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. Look, the bug for the AMM stopped it. No one lost any money from it. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of there's no smart contract here on. There's not smart contract risk, right? So it's going to be interesting to see. But I do believe we're going to see three-figure percentage gains, 100%, 200%, 300%. Yep. I do believe it. I do believe it's coming to the XRPL. We'll see. Let's go with this market. Let's share this market. Then I want to share Mickey B. Fresh's video. I was listening to Raul Paul today talking to a dude, really, really sharp dude. And yeah, really, really sharp. Definitely renewed my conviction for my Solana play. We've been in Solana for a minute, but definitely renewed it for sure. And yeah, I'm looking at, if you couldn't get a Solana at $1 or $8, what else on the ecosystem might you be able to snatch up that's going to leverage Solana's success? Besides the meme coins, I mean, we got a couple of meme coins. We got at least one meme coin, but that was airdrop to us because we were airdrop farming. So here's the market. The total cryptocurrency market cap, according to CoinGecko, is 2.45 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is in the 50-something percent. Bitcoin is trading at $62,843 again. Ethereum is trading at $3,111 again. Solana is trading at $144 again. And XRP is trading at 53 cents again. Freaking again. Look, I highly recommend you guys check out Raul Paul's interview that he did with this guy, Joe McCann from Asymmetric. Highly recommend you check it out. Highly recommend. I'm going to put the link in it for you guys. Make it easy. Because, we're in the digital asset space. We're not married to one asset, right? We're in the digital asset space to win, to create generational wealth and go all in on creating generational wealth. Oh, it's called clickbait. Thank you. Thank you, Bubba Smith. That's right. It's called clickbait. That thumbnail was like clickbait. Bubba Smith said it's called clickbait, dude. Highly recommend you guys check out that video. Highly recommend. Level up. People are sleeping on Solana, in my humble opinion. They're sleeping on it. They don't get it. And which tells me that it is the one. Because when every single person is pointing to it, Solana being this and then that, the masses are saying that, you kind of got to go the other way. So I was in the $30 to $40 range when I started buying Solana, not in the $8 or the $1 range. What else? Anything here of note to point to before we go to our guy, Mickey B. Fresh, who's laying? I'm telling you, Mickey B. Fresh, if you want to level up what it is that you hold in XRP and Flare and Songbird, Mickey B. Fresh, the letter B, fresh.com. I'm telling you, go there. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend you get there. And strongly consider his Patreon group. It does Zooms, goes over stuff in great, great detail. Yeah, I mean, nothing really of note to point out here. I mean, it's still 3 trillion, right? Wormhole, it is what it is. It's just sideways movement. It's good to see Ribbon Finance and Undo has just been winning. The crypto season's home. I hope you guys got into it when I shared it with you. I hope you took a little nibble then. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, right? It's just doing what it does. Just sideways movement. Coco crypto. It's just moving sideways. Let's find our guy Mickey B. Fresh before we go to Darren Moore. Let's go here to Mickey B. Fresh too. I kind of highlighted some minutes on, so I'm not great at highlighting minutes, but I think this is an important part of the video that we should definitely check out. Out there. I listened to this guy, Raul Paul and Joe McCann today, driving home. I mean, just awesome. It's so awesome to level up. It's so awesome to just level up your IQ in the whole digital asset space. It really is. Make it be fresh right here. Ripple use of USDT versus XRP. So
you got to have liquidity, you got to have on and off ramps, you got to have custody, you got to have securities exchange. We are live at the Ripple Swell Dubai 2023. I've got a special guest with me today, Winston Chan from Do Group. How are you doing today?
Yeah, fine. Nice to meet you. Hello.
Great. Thanks for being on the show. We're here to educate people every day in layman's term English. And we'd like to know a little bit more about you. Great panel, by the way. Thank you for that. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at Do Group.
Okay. Hi, I'm Winston Chan. I'm mainly from Hong Kong. And then I set up Do Group 9 years ago from myself. Now we have around 1,100 people. So our principal business is the securities and futures broker-dealer. Like you mentioned, eToro, is one of our competitors. Yeah, we offer a one-stop trading platform for the global customers to trade the financial assets globally. Yeah, now we have more than 20 offices in all the financial centers like Singapore, Hong Kong, London, Dallas in US, and etc. Yeah, we are still looking for further expansion.
Very nice. Very nice. So what brings you at the Ripple Swell event here in Dubai? What brings you here today?
Wow, because we are the client of Ripple.
Ah, okay, great. And how does Ripple help? What's Ripple's partnership with you?
Yes. For example, if today you want to deposit by Thai bahts, and there's no way for you to convert Thai baht into US dollar to really invest in these US stocks, Hong Kong stock, and Australian stocks. How? And then you can go to Binance or this kind of OTC exchange to buy USDT. And then you deposit USDT to us. And we ask Ripple to convert the USDT back to US dollar for us. And then we pump into the security exchange to buy shares for you. So Ripple is added as like the payment exchanger, payment gateway for us. So we are the client of them.
We are a client of theirs. Interesting stuff. Shout out to Mickey B. Fresh for Finance. So this guy doing the interviews, he's just, he's part of Web3 TV's, their channel, their show. And he was just interviewing people at the, kind of at the event, didn't know that, because there's different people at the event who are showing up. Some are there learning. Well, he just happened to run into a client of Ripple, and he was showing about how they use Ripple and why they're a client, because they're trying to change, Thai baht to some kind of dollar thing. And so then on the other end, it gets to what other country wants, the other country or the business person wants to receive. But Do Group went from 1 employee to 1,100 employees in 9 years. That's pretty good. 20 different branches. And yeah, Ripple customer is interesting to me. But yeah, it was a great find for Mickey B. Fresh. But I want to share Mickey's thoughts with, if you will, on I think that let me say this. I think that Mickey probably has the best idea, he has the best knowledge overall on what Ripple and what they're doing and what they're going to be doing on chain in terms of tokenization, all that different kind of stuff like that. He was a guy who called stablecoins, in my opinion. He called that first in the ecosystem, in the community. He said that he believed Ripple was going to be doing a stablecoin. And I remember saying this months and months and months and months and months ago. So I think he just has, this is his job for DeFi. This thing is called the DeFi standard. He's all in on educating and learning as much as he possibly can. So I think he just has the best pulse, if you will, for what is going on at Ripple and what they're looking to do, and bringing everything on chain, pivoting when they need to pivot, all these different things. He's at front and center of all of that, in my humble opinion. Now, I wrote 1510 on here, but it don't seem like that. But we'll see. We'll see if I'm right.
decentralized payment system. Because you got to get the money out from the loans, you got to make the payments in. People who are not totally blockchain savvy are going to need conventional connections into the DeFi ecosystem. Like you need on-ramps and off-ramps, and those are things that are best built top down. So I think you do need both approaches.
I think it's such a fascinating discussion, and it really does span different industries.
One challenge that I do find interesting is you have to aim to where the market is. If it's going to take you a year to build a product, you can't build the product where the market is now, and you don't know where the market is going to be. So
DeFi is the focus for Ripple on the institutional side and our ecosystem. But why is it not discussed in our community? I'm asking because I think it's a serious problem, and it's a serious problem that stems from the core influencers' lack of understanding and knowledge. And the community then doesn't think to look at things like that. But that's where the institutions are going to adopt from. Where do they come in from? Where does massive adoption come from? They don't need XRP or get some special asset who's chosen. That's the biggest fallacy of all. It's because of the native on-chain protocols and the use cases that can be built around it. So bringing on real-world tokenization, bring in these new use cases is going to give a reason why they're on DLT public rails in the first place. And then you have the compliance there, so they have the ability then to utilize XRP in that ecosystem. But these short-term people here looking for just a big price pump and complaining about Ripple dumping on them, they don't know what's going on.
They don't know what's going on. Oh, let me say hello to some more people here before we go. So what he's basically saying that you know, to increase the value of the asset XRP is going to, we need to create network adoption. You know, we can talk Metcalfe's law that Raoul Paul likes to talk about, but we got to create network adoption. And the bottom-up approach is the best way to create the network adoption. And although we do need a top-down in terms of on-ramps and off-ramps, like David Schwartz was saying, in the digital asset space, in that ecosystem, the bottom-up approach to create network adoption will take a bottom-up approach. What's going on, Pookie Pookie? How are you, my friend? I appreciate you checking in. What's going on, Phantom Beat? And of course, Dano was first in the freaking building. Let's take a listen more to what Mickey B. Fresh is saying, because I think it's really, really important to cover this so that, because we got new people all the time coming into the space and discovering XRP, you know, having things native to the protocol is going to be massive. Again, we talk about things like smart contracts. There's everything is kind of native to the ledger and to the protocol, although we don't quote unquote have a hooks or anything like that. The simplicity of the XRPL is going to be massive in terms of being able to build stuff out, for sure. And these lending protocol, AMM, decentralized DEX native to the ledger, again, limits that counterparty risk. And those things will significantly help to bolster network adoption.
And the reality is, it's all getting pivoted to the ledger.
It's all getting pivoted to the
I've been
ledger.
saying it for over 2 years. It's inevitable. It was always going that way. In 2020, they tried to ramp up with MoneyGram and ODL, and they expected utility begets utility and liquidity begets liquidity. Well, failed. It did not beget liquidity because you can't count on these crypto exchanges, spec trading, and fragmented liquidity to support something like ODL, which in itself was the first use case just. And I think people got a little carried away. And you could run as much volume you want to ODL, it's not going to drive the price. I'm telling you now, it's not. It's a pass-through value. Value comes from it being stored and held, and the demand to hold it. What's the demand? The AMMs are the first and the foundational use case to drive demand because they earn yield. and this Ripple's pumping through billions in volume, even if it's through stablecoin. The stablecoin comes in, it goes through XRP, USD. That's revenue for people who deposited XRP in the pool. That's good.
Yep.
You don't want just ODL ramps up, okay? They get every wallet now, it's topped up with XRP. So what do? Shoot it off in a corridor, get sold into the next corridor? That's what's happening right now. So when people say, oh, stablecoins are replace it, okay, that's fine. XRP's use case is as liquidity. It's not the transaction volume. Stop looking at the transaction side. It's the supply side with a demand that drives the price.
So it's the supply side, right? And it's the demand of the asset will drive the price. And this is why, we decided to kind of go all in on leveling up our skill set in DeFi, because it's going to be a significant opportunity on the ledger for that. But if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't get that there's principles and there's concepts and that there are tools to win in DeFi, to create yields of, I'm just going to say anywhere from anywhere from $20 to $2,000 a day. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're not going to get it. If you don't know how to recognize assets, the great thing about the XRP ledger for sure is that we know about XRP and we know about stables. When other assets and other projects will come, right? They're going to come. Orchestra and Anados, they're coming. DEX5 coming, right? They're already on the ledger, right? Who knows if one of those or all of those will eventually have a token, right? Different projects, different type of DeFi projects are coming to the XRPL. They're coming. And I believe that 3% gains in APRs are coming. They're coming. I really, really do believe it. If they were on Ethereum, they're coming to XRPL. If they were on Avalanche, they're coming to the XRPL. By way of Binky, they're coming. If they were on Aave, they're coming. If they right, they're coming to the XRPL. I 10,000% fully expect that to happen. But if you don't know how to navigate around them, and if you're just hopping on it because you see a 3-figure and you don't get when to get in, you don't get when to get out of it, you don't understand the tools you use to check things like correlation, for example, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. What's going on, Bronson Mash? Lucas Bakari's in the building, says, hello, bro. What's good with you, man? They're still trying to make us sell our tokens. They don't want to have us there. Yeah. Oh, from Colombia. What's that? That's right. No, Argentina. You're from Argentina. That's right. Appreciate you checking in, my friend. It's good to see you checking in again. The real big Will is in the building. How are you, bro? Let me finish up this Mickey B Fresh stuff here. Adam Stand by the Jams in the UK is checking in. I appreciate you checking in, my guy. Let me finish this Mickey B Fresh thing here. And then I'm gonna go over to Darren Moore.
I know it's hard to get away from people's mindset that, oh, retail's gonna be involved in this. Yes, absolutely. This is a community-driven, open source, decentralized public networks. It's going to remain like that. It's going to get more accessible. The goal of the Internet of Value is to democratize finance. So when people go around saying, oh, this is for institutions only, what? Like, do you know what you own? Obviously not. And it's not just for retail either. It's for both. It's not one or the other. It just is. It's an infrastructure. And banks are going to asset managers, banks, but the buy side, which is the asset managers and the forward-leaning ones, are going to be first movers more so than banks.
Mm-hmm.
The days of taking over Swift, they're over. Just let that go. Now,
the days of taking over Swift and that narrative, those are done. Those days are gone, he says. Let go of those narratives. Look, Ripple is a nimble company. When they can pivot, when they have to pivot, they can pivot. They pivoted to on-chain. They pivoted to dedicating more of their resources to providing a bottom-up approach, which is retail. I'm not saying they never provided resources. What I'm saying is they've leveled up. They've increased it. I don't know what the percentage is, but they increased it. They're bringing all their products on-chain. Liquidity Hub, ODL, on-chain, where the action is. And I promise you, they're looking at ecosystems like Solana and saying, what are they doing over there? Do you know what Solana is known as? Do you know what Solana is known as in the digital asset space? Solana is known as the retail chain with a culture of community. That's what they're known for.
Narratives need to die and just move on. That's not the focus. And there's no pendulum swinging back to payments. Payments will underpin everything, but that's like, it's not a value driver. And building an ecosystem and a network of networks.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And that's what we've been saying on this channel. So it's good to hear Mickey B. Fresh say that, confirm that for us as well. It's a simple formula. If you want the Metcalfe law to work in your favor, you have to create network adoption. Network adoption starts at the retail level. It has always started that way. It's the market that drives adoption. It's not some bank or institution. I've been saying that for a while now. Bitcoin didn't get to Bitcoin with banks and institutions. Ethereum didn't get to Ethereum with banks and institutions. Solana didn't do it. It is what it is. And the reality is the incumbent banks and institutions don't want to move. They've made their living, lifestyle, generational wealth by slow, outdated technology so they can keep creating gatekeepers and middlemen. That's kind of reality. Let me get back to the chat here real quick. Doesn't mean they're giving up on payments. They're not giving up on payments. Felix Odette's in the building. What's going on? Odette is in the building. What's going on, my friend? Belo's got an Asian stablecoin coming. How about that? The Muskegon aristocrats in the building. How are you? Indeed. XRP, the boss of bosses. So it's look, I always tell people that last I checked, I don't recall Brad Garlinghouse or Chris Larson getting on bended knee asking for my hand in marriage. Last I checked, that didn't happen. I'm not married to one asset or one ecosystem. We're here to create generational wealth. And that is going to require holding some other assets and be involved in some other ecosystems. You don't have to be in 40 ecosystems. And you don't have to hold 40 assets. Certainly just one is not going to cut it for sure. Shout out to Mickey B. Fresh. I'm telling you guys, MickeyBFresh.com. Go check out what that guy puts down. I mean, it's just always great stuff. Where's Mickey? Darren Moore. And the other one, Darren Moore. Look, this Modus group that Darren Moore is getting ready to talk about, I'm telling you, it is something. XRP, it's one of the blockchains. XRPL is one of the blockchains. Take a listen to this.
Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. In this video, I'm going to show you how $1,700 trillion is headed to the crypto space on crypto ledgers. This includes HBAR, Algorand, XRP, Matic, and others. A CSD, or Centralized Security Depository, called Montes is getting ready to issue European equities, bonds, art, real estate, all on public ledgers.
The things developing. In terms of move up a level, we actually get to a point whereby
You see that right there? This Montes is in the middle, Polygon, XRP, Algorand, Ethereum, Hedera Hashgraph. I see Tezos up there as well.
we have a single ledger,
Does that say quarter? And that says quarter also.
which is the Montes ledger sitting there, and it detects if JP Morgan has been using Onyx and someone else, HSBC's been using Orion, or
You've probably seen the news that BlackRock was going to issue shares on Archax and Hedera Hashgraph, but that was just the tip of the iceberg. You see, Archax and Montes Group are tied together, and Archax,
Okay, so what do I see here? I see Archax Crypto, and this is a tweet here. Interesting. Okay, chain agnostic and partnerships. Throughout the 6 years of blockchain integration, Archax is chain agnostic. All things are chains. We've embraced tokenization of funds with our investor, leveraging Hashgraph for its highest throughput and low fees. We've also integrated with the XRPL ledger, Ethereum blockchain, Algorand, and Polygon. Realizing the interoperability is going to be the thing for sure.
is integrated into the XRP ledger, HBAR, Algorand, Matic, and others. So those integrations happen because their clients wanted those integrations, and that tells you where they're going to be issuing shares of equities. Now, Montes Group is a CSD. We used to get pieces of paper that would literally be shares on a piece of paper. Now, there are these big centralized servers or central security depository that holds everyone's shares for them, and they know who the legal owner of what is.
on a global basis, are an enormous size in terms of the value.
Total addressable market is 1,700 trillion. 1,700 trillion.
Types of instruments. You can have equities, bonds, you can have different funds, you can have, and that's before we even look at derivative markets and so on.
The Montes Group is targeting the European Union, and their headquarters in Luxembourg. They're going to first start out in Luxembourg and issuing tokenized bonds, tokenized securities. And it turns out that Luxembourg has a rich history in bond issuance, and it has 40% of all cross-border securities in Europe listed in Luxembourg. So Luxembourg is a hub in the European Union. Now, the European Union has a lot of different stock markets, and this is measured in the thousands of billions of dollars range.
So this guy in the video there is an ex high up corporate guy at Euronext, Euroclear, which is like the main stock exchange in Europe. It's kind of equivalent to the NASDAQ here in the States. He's pivoted away from traditional finance into the digital asset space, and is creating his version of BlackRock, essentially. He's kind of creating his own version of BlackRock, and they have their own ledger, and they're gonna integrate, all these other ledgers around them, and they got a unique little system that recognizes trades and different things, and they're going to leverage that. They're going to start in Europe, and then they're going to eventually move to Singapore or Hong Kong. So, but the fact that they're going to be tapping the XRPL for that 1,700 trillion, so they're basically tapping into prominent blockchains that will be tokenizing, doing tokenization of real world assets, and they're going to be able to kind of tap into those. So I think that is really interesting, to say the least. And thanks to Darren Moore for sharing that. Guys, make sure you go check out Darren Moore and subscribe to his channel for sure. Check that video out. It's really, really good. Bubba Smith says, love Darren Moore's videos. Yeah, he's really good. Adam by the Stand says, I got a basket. Yeah, things are heating up, Pookie. That's for sure. Yeah, 5 to 6 years. That's right, Daniel. That's right. The dude said he thought kind of like that kind of like full implementation, kind of like this is what we're doing, and people know we've been doing it. It's going to be about 5 to 6 years, which means, of course, in a lot of ways, we're still early, but 5 or 6 years will be here before you know it, right? 5 or 6 years is going to be here before we. I mean, like that. It is going to be here, right? It's going to be here. So, look. I'm going to share my thoughts for a couple of places I'm going. I'm going to base for sure. I'm going into the base ecosystem without question. I'm going into any of you guys operate on the base network. I'm going into the base ecosystem. I think that the vision over there between them and Coinbase, right? You know, base is essentially Coinbase's layer 2. Base network is essentially Coinbase's layer 2. The things that they're looking to do. I mean, when I watched the video a couple of days ago at Bankless, you know, I went and looked at my brokerage to see how much of the base token the coin token that I had. Because I'm like, this vision and this plan for what they're looking to do, big. It is definitely big. But the base chain, have you guys been on base? I think this is the wanted to be on a prominent chain early, right? I think base is that one. Let me share. This is the base bridge. If in its transactions are nothing nowadays to go from Ethereum to base is nothing, and it's bridge.base.org, bridge.base.org if you want to do that. On DeFi Llama, you can find out different chains and what's going on and how they're doing. Right now, the total value lock on base is 1.48 billion. It's had a significant uptick, I would say. Let me refresh this because I messed that map up. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look at that. In July and August, look how this was of 2023. Little uptick in September. And then all of a sudden in March, there it is. Look at that right there. And to me, I'm not so interested in this little, launch to, February. I'm not kind of interested in that, right? That to me, this is when the chain's still figuring stuff out. To me, this is where people are still figuring out, am I going to get on this chain? What does it have to offer? Is it safe? Is it this? Is that? This uptick to me says that they have decided, yeah, we can build on base. Yeah, we can offer our customers something of value. Yeah, we can count on it. The network being up and being alive and being running. Yeah, they've reduced the transaction fees and all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? This is how you know. This March to May run or end of April run, April 23rd. This is how you know, in my opinion. This is when I get on. This is when I look to see what's going on over here and prepare for potential airdrop of the base token. What assets can the regular retail investor get and leverage this new and exciting chain where builders are coming and it coming in a big time way? These are top protocols on base. Aerodrome has a token. I like to do one or two chains. Uniswap, why? You just go to something else, right? So Aerodrome is a decentralized exchange. Extra Finance is on Base and Optimism. So 2 chains, okay. It says here leveraged farming. I haven't gotten on this. I've watched videos of people using it. It's very, very interesting, but you got to know what it is that you're doing over there. Beefy, too many chains. As far as getting the token, right? I'm talking about as far as getting a token, like getting the extra token. There is a token called Extra Finance. Aerodrome has a token. It's Aero, right? So for me, it's one or two chains. Now, I don't know about seamless protocol. It's a lending thing. So if Aero is one, and right now it is, and their TVL is still in the hundreds of millions, it hasn't reached $1 billion yet. That it's probably $1 or so. What's the number 2 DEX is what I would be looking at. What is the number 1 lending protocol? Lending protocol with 1 or 2 chains. Right now, that's Moonwell. Looks like Base and Moonbeam. Interesting. That's attracted the most TVL, 65 million. And then Aave, obviously not. The next one is Seamless Protocol. So these would be ones that I would be looking to see if they have a token, to see that I can number 1, airdrop farm, and number 2, is it listed on markets where I can get that token at a cheap price? 23 million on Seamless Protocol. That's a nice one there. I'm not a fan of friend.tech. I'm just not a friend of it, right? So those are the things that I would be looking into, like Synthetics V3. Synthetics is on Base. Interesting. Why did they come there? Interesting. But it's the derivatives market. It is. It's like it's the only one there right now, 12 million. My OG Reserve Protocol. How many of you guys remember Reserve with the stablecoin model? But now this says indexes on there as well. So that's what I would be looking at. Right now I'm looking at Arrow to see what's kind of going on there. Base swap I looked at is the DEX one chain as well. But Arrow is the old Arrow is winning, right? And so to me, a new chain that is the one, right? It's kind of like, I don't know, Solana at $1 or $8, right? It's the one, it's winning. Kind of like Ethereum. It's $8, $10, $14, right? Kind of like that. That's kind of how I see Aerodrome. Let me see if I can find it here. Here's Aerodrome here. This is certainly not financial advice. Not telling you guys to kind of go out and get their token. But it's, you can provide liquidity here. It's a place to kind of do some DeFi, and they have a token as well. Let me see if I can find that token. I'm probably going to be farming this token first, right? Aerodrome Finance, there it is. And then when I get a better deal, 553 million currently. That's not a bad chart. But if I can get, get it for $1, I don't know, under $1 maybe. We'll see what happens in May. I'll look to get some, but it's the number 1 chain right now on Base. Number 1 chain on Base. Do I have? Yeah, so let me just share the market. I'm pretty sure I have this on this, yeah. So there it is right there, right? You can get the token on Coinbase if you want to do that. You can get it on the exchange, KuCoin, and Gate.io. Very, very interesting in my opinion, right? Because in the markets, right, when the bull runs and stuff happens, remember the token Quick happened when Polygon was doing his thing? Remember Cake when Pancake was doing their thing? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that, in my opinion. But again, not financial advice. So do your homework, do your due diligence. It's amazing to me that in February, this thing was just 9 cents. Goodness gracious. It was just 9 cents in February. Wow. Yep. So that is up a ton. I mean, it was in October. This was when this thing launched. Look at that, 4 zeros and a 1. What possibly could we find on DeFi Llama that has a token that is possibly in that same kind of range? I don't know. But this is where I would go to look. Again, I would go, you know, no more than 2 chains and see. Maybe Seamless Protocol. Let's see what Seamless has going on here. Never heard of Seamless. 46 million market cap. The price is $5.70. Fully diluted is 572. This is a fork from Aave V3. Okay. But this is where I would go. 24-hour volume is 1.7 million. Interesting. This is where I would look. This is where I will be looking. I will be bringing you some stuff. I'm going to share with you kind of how I'm farming there. But RSR is interesting to me, that reserve. Let's take a look at reserve. An index says indexes now. Since when? The reserve protocol is a platform which enables anyone to create yield-bearing decentralized asset-backed currencies, R tokens. R tokens provide an alternative to inflation-prone currencies, empowering people to maintain their purchasing power over time and across borders. I'm pretty sure this is the same reserve protocol that I was in when they had the 2 stablecoin model. How many guys remember that? I'm pretty sure that's what this is. Stable currency, human right. We want money that doesn't inflate the dollar, but isn't volatile like Bitcoin. But I'm fascinated that it's on base for sure. Absolutely fascinated by that. But I'm sure this is the same reserve protocol. I'm pretty sure. So that would be something to look at too, something to consider also, guys. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. It's base. And obviously, I think Solana is going to do its thing. I really, really do. Crawfish is in the building. How are you, my friend? Knuckle Sandwich, what's going on? I'm looking for Ray Finkel. Who's that? What's going on, Legendary? Phantom B says, been in RSR for over 3 years. Yeah, I exited. I mean, we got in so early, took, profit on that. No longer hold any RSR, but that was a nice win. That was a nice win. So Phantom Beat, is that the same one, you think? Same reserve protocol, looks like. Pookie says base. Yep. 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 That's what I think. And if you got a chance to snatch up some tokens that are winning, I think those will do well. And I think the base is going to be a chain that a lot of people are going to be flocking to build on. I really, really do. And, with this smart wallet coming, yeah, let me share this video. Joe from the Raoul Paul interview, he shared this video from Jesse Pollock from Base. Let me share that. Take a look at this. And Joe said, quote unquote, on bar crypto via meme coins. Coinbase said, hold my beer. The best on-ramp is no on-ramp. Joe says, this is pretty slick of the Base team. And I'm telling you this, Joe McCann guy, do your homework on this dude. I'm telling you, check out that video with Raoul Paul. This dude is smart. He's former trader, former he's a VC guy. He's a lot of different things, but boy, one thing he is for sure is smart. This is a little test video that they're sharing here about buying the Degen meme coin from your whatever layer 1, I believe you're on. Let's take a look. Do I need to do this? Yeah, maybe. All right.
Degen. This is going to load the preview without paying from Coinbase. I'm going to switch and have Coinbase pay.
This is a preview, kind of a test thing of what's coming, their wallet. It's called a smart wallet. And this smart wallet is designed, it's going to take so many of the complications of onboarding new people into crypto. It's going to take a lot of the complications away from people who are in crypto and just want one wallet where they don't have to do a bunch of different things to get kind of anywhere. This one wallet kind of does it, which is fascinating to me because I know that Ripple was working on a wallet as well. So you see right up here, it says smart wallet, and they're buying the Degen token from their Coinbase, regular Coinbase wallet. And Degen is I don't know. I think Degen might be an Ethereum meme coin, not sure.
Couple things we need to iron out here. I think this preview is going to load immediately after I click confirm. So now I see this. And I can view on Explorer.
Base scan.
Still
Yeah.
loading. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. I just took Coinbase from my retail account and used it to buy Degen on chain. Let's fucking go.
He likes to curse a lot, but so that is coming, right? And all of this stuff. The base team is smart. The smart wallet is, I think, going to be a game changer. So I think I just got this feeling that this base chain is going to be doing its thing. What's going on, Joe? Hello, all Puerto Rico in the house. What's going on, bro? What I miss? I just got in. Nothing. Just stablecoins are not going to replace XRP. That Ripple is going to be leveraging stablecoin liquidity to increase the value of XRP. They're bringing their products on chain, and we're going to leverage all the massive, the awesomeness that is the XRPL by bringing products on chain, as opposed to trying to take XRP off chain and trying to sell people on it that way. So there it is, fam. What I'm looking into, what I'll be kind of doing. I can't wait to share what my DeFi positions on Aerodrome, but that's what I'm looking at. I think that's the next play. It's not financial advice. Definitely do your homework, but it's looking like, the team over there at Base are doing some things. Projects are coming on it. Interesting to see Reserve on it, but they got big players like Aave and Uniswap as well. But as far as being able to snatch up a token and, ride that thing out wind moon, you got to kind of look at to the one or two chains and kind of try to leverage it that way. The Real Big Will says, hit the likes, people. Yes, sir. So there it is, family. Thank you so much. Do me a favor and hit that like button like the Real Big Will says, for sure. And by the way, like 50% of you guys who are listening and you give them or watching are not subscribed to the channel. So please, if you've enjoyed these hangouts, consider subscribing to the channel. Let's get that number from 50% down. Let's get that thing down 30%, 20% for sure. So that we can get this channel out to more people, because this new financial system is being built right underneath their nose and they don't know. We can do our part to educate them and let them know that they have an opportunity to create generational wealth. And I'm telling you, the whole idea of decentralization is ultimately saying that we are more than them in numbers. And if we're more than them in numbers, we're more than them in ideas, concepts, strategies. We are bigger than them, right? We don't need a bunch of intermediaries taking their slice of our income every single time down the road. But we can do it in a decentralized manner, provide GPU resources, state to support change. That's what decentralization is about. It's about us collectively coming together, saying we don't need them, the powers that be. That's what it's about. That's what this is about. So this is why we want to be participant in liquidity pools. We want to be able to, you know, lend some money, be able to provide liquidity. And it's one of the oldest games in the world. Insurance has leveraged this for years. The big, massive mutual insurance companies is a product of everyday people putting their money together in one spot to help other people. This is what DeFi does. Same concept, only better, only better, only better. All right, fam. So there it is. Rich and Mill Rodriguez is in the building. How are you? Appreciate you guys checking in. Always great in-depth info. Thank you, my friend. What's going on, Contact Fu? There it is, family. I'm excited. Do your homework on base. I would highly encourage you to go to defi.llama.com, check out Solana, look into the ecosystem there as well. It's not called the retail chain for no reason. All right, family, there it is. Thank you so much for hanging. I got to make dinner, I think. It's late. We'll see. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, guys, let's get that 50% non-subscribers down to 40%, 30%. That would be super, super cool. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, baby, so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.